asking, what language was that?
Spiritual language.
What does it mean?
You cannot understand. If I tell you, you will die. If I tell you no, you are gone.
So wait, were you speaking in tongues or something?
I said it's a spiritual language.
So a spiritual language from which religion, which sect?
That be
Traditional
every
religion,
planet will
Christian religion, Islamic
every
religion.
planet way.
And then you did another one in this song too. I don't understand it. This one too, you did it. So what are you saying in this one too?
Oh, and also your spiritual side.
Yes, I'm a good day.
If you,
No. The listeners want to understand.
it was not meant for them to understand. They were supposed to just feel it.
So do you write it down or you just enter the studio and start?
Spiritual now, true. They open to go so much.
Is that why you came to the studio with a magician? I see somebody like a magician.
More magician.
That's my new artist. He is a magician when it comes to music. So.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
New artist. What's your name?
My name is Kojo.
Kojo.
Yes,
Why you dressed like a magician?
Yeah, he's come to do
I'm
magic.
following the senior magician.
You know, when I saw you, I remembered a certain magician. I'll mention his name. We're having a show at the National Theatre. When I was working with Charterhouse, it was one of the Miss Malaika grand finales or so. And Miss V was supposed to perform. And the magic people came to charm Miss V out of a box. It was a beautiful magic act. I mean, they did a beautiful show. So that what they were complaining, so wow, but your magician charmed the things back. You know, it was really hilarious. It was a serious thing, but it was a very hilarious moment. Kojo, you said,
Yes, sir.
what kind of music do you do?
I'm quite dynamic, but my main genre is Afrobeat.
Hey, that's Afrobeat. Appear to Afrobeat. What is Afrobeat?
African beats.
Is that different from what Amachi Bidede has been singing? Or Amachi Bidede is not
High life.
African beat? Is Amachi Bidede not African beat?
No, it's not African. African beat is something that cuts across the whole African world, not a particular genre peculiar to maybe just Ghana or maybe Nigeria or or traditional music in Ghana.
Yeah, true.
That doesn't make it African.
okay.
Because we call different country, almost more tradition.
Yeah.
And it varies from here. High life is a Ghanaian style of music.
That
What
is
you
true.
say? It's a zone to a Ghanaian style of music. Afrobeat is an African kind of beat that relates to every African.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it makes sense. So you're an Afrobeat artist.
Yes, with the twist.
Hey. Okay.
That's why a magician.
Tell me the twist.
Okay, so we are blending like different sounds with the Afrobeats.
Mm-hmm.
You find high life in there. You find like a lot. I don't want to say everything now.
So have you got any works out there yet?
We're coming out with one soon.
Really?
Yes.
What's it called?
Chairman, can I say it?
Yeah, you can
It's called Manu.
Manu.
Yes, sir.
What if I told you we have it already? Yeah, Joy FM. Look, this is Joy FM.
I wouldn't
Look,
be surprised.
we define music in Ghana. We've got Hits FM that defines entertainment. You understand? So what I do with a lot of new acts, you may be surprised when we play it, but we have it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you now be the presenter and introduce your new song to your listeners out there. So go ahead, do that before I drop it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kojo, and
Slow down. On radio, we prefer to use listeners.
listeners,
Okay, so start again.
okay. Listeners, coming up soon is my next single produced by the legendary P2s.
It is not coming up soon. It's coming up next.
Coming up next.
Let's start again.
Okay, let's start again. Apologies. Alright, listeners. Coming up next is my new single produced by the legendary P2s. It's titled Manu.
Okay, I like it, but now give it a little bit of swag.
That's the thing.
Two notes small,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
your radio
Flex is
presentation.
small.
Yeah, if I
you
feel
know.
I go figure some job.
So let's start again. Give it swag, man, like the presenter. Yeah.
Alright, listeners.
Let's hear your
Welcome
name.
to our show.
Hey.
You are live now on Joy FM. Coming up next is a single titled Manu, produced by the legendary P2s himself. Let's have a listen.
Fresh and brand new.
Baby, can you give me your matter? Oh, your matter, oh, your matter, oh. For your love. my type, oh. And you need go kill me, oh. Nobody there, I want. I go to fight it for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love. Anything for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. Loving be agenda, baby, I surrender. I wanna hold you closer through the night. Although you want you, I want you. Although you want you, want you. Although you want you, I want you. Although you want you, when you watch it, I won't go. Pretty and tall, she be my type, oh. And you need go kill me, oh. Nobody there, I want. I go to fight it for you, my love.
Fresh and brand new.
I go to fight it for you, my love. Anything for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love.
Brand new one from the man Kojo, from the camp of the man Apietus, right here with us in the studios of Joy 99.7 FM.
Oh, my sweet Jolly.
What did you say you call this one?
Manu.
Manu, what does it mean?
It means like I will not take you, like I will not play with your love.
What language is that?
It's pidgin. It's pidgin English.
Pidgin English, Manu.
Yeah, in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Are you Nigerian?
No, I'm not. But I have a lot of Nigerian friends.
I hear now you people all want to copy the Nigerian style.
Oh, nah, not really.
Eh? I don't know,
The
right?
high life guitar for his side.
Yeah, but still, it's there. But the Nigerians, they've taken our highlight from us.
They can't.
They can't. No, but I like it. Yeah. And when I heard it, Apietus is a genius. And it's not. When I heard it, it took me back to one of my favorite songs of all time. Can you guess, any of you? It's a very old hip life song. Nope.
Which one?
Nope. You can't guess. Hold on, take a listen.
She be my type, oh. And you need go kill me, oh. Nobody there, I go to fight it for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love. I go to fight it for you, my love. Anything for you, my love. I go to fight it for you.
I didn't go cry.
Apietus, what are you saying?
I didn't go.
I'm getting a message here said, George, you're right, but they're pretty similar. Yeah, it's right here on the console.
Okay.
Oh, no, but it's good. It's good. Is this your first?
This is my second.
This is your second?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's pretty good. So the first one was also with Apietus?
The first one was with Q Beats.
Oh, okay. No, you're working with the great guys in the
Thank you,
industry.
thank
Yeah. You've got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
So those who would like to follow you, what are the handles? You'd want to put them out there?
My handle is Life of Kojo.
Okay.
Across all platforms. The Kojo is KWADWO.
Mm-hmm. KWADWO.
DWO.
And so you said the handle is what again?
Life of Kojo.
Life of Kuju.
Yes.
Is that one word or there are some
One word
dashes?
together,
Or
nothing
so life
more.
of.
Yes.
Life of Kuju. Why that name though?
Because I'm showing you my life.
Uh-huh.
as that.
So that's what you use on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Life of Kuju.
Kuju.
Beautiful. All right, Apia, you have a magician coming up.
Yes.
Where did you find him?
Well, his dad is the owner of Penside Music,
Okay.
KFM.
Okay.
Limited, yes.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
So he sells equipment.
Yeah.
And he said his son can do. I said, oh boy. I was, child, my son is good. Have a listen, though. And the guy came and I said, hey, wow, you're
Say
good.
no correct.
So
If
that's
Apietu
how
says you're good, it means
Oh,
you're
no,
good.
he's good.
It means you're good. And we're gonna see you at the top of the mountain. You're going straight to the top,
Yeah.
and we wish you the very best. And
you very
of
much.
course, multimedia platforms always your home. if your music is gonna make any relevance in Ghana, it's gotta be our platforms. And yes, I uncle baby. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, come baby, as I know, Mecca.
We are the IMF of Ghanaian music.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. We are the IMF of Ghanaian music. I joined the fight.
I believe it.
Yeah. Kojo, thank you for coming. Yeah.
They're quite different places.
I mean, it's a good one. It's a good one. And thank you very much for coming. That is the one from the man, Kojo, from the camp of Apietus.
Baby, can you give me your matter, oh? For your love, I go die at the altar, oh.
Fresh and brand new.
If we die for you, oh, you know, say me alive for you, oh. So baby, why for me, oh? 'Cause I go fi die for you, oh, you know, say me alive for you, oh. And you, although you want you, and you, although you want you, and you, although you want you.
Yes. So we got a lot more. And once Apietus is here, Apietus can't come to your studio and now you just let him go without conversation. Apia, where have you been?
Yeah, they.
You did. They do what?
They hide myself.
Why? What
From
you
the
hiding
economy.
from? Oh, what is wrong with the economy?
If you see, say Ghana acquire me, one can know the mark home. Timakwati 10 yan chemianga.
No. What are you saying?
Say kaba IMF for ba no mchichi ngofo a. Mi matete.
Apia. No.
The person be a.
No. Okay. Let's. But seriously, where have you been hiding?
Oh, I did, Charlie. I did. Yeah, I did.
You did what? So now the spirit doesn't come again because we don't hear you in music anymore.
The spirit when it comes there, you are going to hear me very soon. Watch out. Some new vibes are coming. You hear me. I'm telling you.
You are in
I
there
brought
again.
some new vibes today, so.
That you're in there.
Yeah.
But when you sit back, generally, how do you see the Ghanaian music industry today from what it
It's
used
growing.
to be?
From when I started, the kind of struggles we had, it is growing. Just that, I mean, some direction is becoming bad. I'm always crying about the sound quality compared to the Nigerians.
Yeah.
They are taking it out there and they are mixing. But the boys are playing good beats. So I'm always saying, Charlie, my doors are open. I have done it for years. You know how my sound is. They've lived up to today. Charlie, bring it. Let me mix for you. Skaka krebi na mejo. What I say? Let me hear you, baby.
Roughly, how much do you charge per beat?
It depends on the song though, but usually if you have like 5,000 going here, you can work with me.
You can get a beat. A beat costs 5,000.
Now didn't I born until the way there. What I said, this is a fusion of Ghanaian music and how do you call it? Afro pop.
What does it take to put a beat together?
Talent.
That is all.
Talent, pure talent.
But Apietus is just you sitting behind one machine. You play
And
piano small. You push.
studio. Major machines na manu makoda. My friend Lumba sent Pacho Beji free beat. Obama Obama say na obo anye yi ayemo. Jesus adi anye should obre kina mi nyama na uni Lumba.
Apia, why is it so expensive to produce a beat?
It is very expensive. Now I'm giving you my intellectual property, right? And it's going to make you who you are. I'm giving you what is within me, and you see it's very easy. Who's going to be power there? You go and somebody's sewing your clothes. It looks like there's something my head. But when they give you the material, you can't do it. It is years of that person doing that thing and becoming
The experience.
perfect. Yeah, the experience, you know. And you think, oh, you just hold the machine, and was winding it, and then he has done. This one I can do it. But what material walk around to me? Sha.
So is it a blanket fee for every musician?
No, that is the base fee.
The bass. Oh, so it could be more.
Yeah. If
Wow.
you want, maybe somebody says, I want guitarist, I want this singer, I want that, it could be more.
Oh, okay. So sometimes
And
when you
this
have
is
to
just
call
for up
people
and
in,
coming artists.
the 5,000 for up and coming.
Yeah, people who have not made money in the industry.
So how much will Shatawale pay?
Oh, 10,000 going.
Wow.
But that's cheap. That's so cheap. If you come to my studio every day and I say, I'll take you 500 a day, and we take 10 days, how much is that?
That's 5,000.
Yeah. and will take more than 10 days to do the thing if you don't take care, because we can go back and forth on it. If you are lucky, you can do it fast. So if I say I'm charging the studio fee or even charge you 200 Ghana per hour, you tell it, what are you saying?
But
that's what they do for Abrochi. Oh, pay £50 an hour. By the time you see the second hour, you pay another £50. But by the time you convert the day, how much you spend is more than, you know, the amount I'm even charging you for your whole project. You understand what I'm saying? But it also depends.
So you're telling me that, let us assume I want to do a 13-track album.
No, you get reduction. The moment you are doing more than 10 songs, an album is reduced drastically.
So an album, the consideration is different.
Yes.
So an album, what is like the rating?
It depends on what we are doing, because usually it's how do you call it? What it will take if I have to bring other people into the production, like drummers, guitarists, background vocalists, and all that. And some people, you have to even get someone to write some of the songs for them. And everything will come at a cost. So it depends. Even sometimes I even consider, depending on who I'm working with, and even take less, because the person might bring more on board. So you take that amount of money. Some people, when they come, they have nothing. Are you getting me? And that is what the youth of today is doing. Most of them come with zero. Brother Pierre, somebody entered my studio, gave me the lyrics, left the lyrics there, and said, Brother Pierre, Pachumba could pay the white beat. And I'm saying, hey! Oh, Brother Pierre, I said, mature lyrics is the beat. I was like, oh, baby, it's not notation that I can say I'm reading the musical notes and writing and playing the music.
You've written words.
Actual words.
I should look at the words and you write beat.
Ajua me fia, unim se one me ba tifyesu na beat no. How you play it, he doesn't care. And the guy left me to the restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to make the beat. He doesn't care, he has paid you. But let's say Rexoma comes to the studio. Appear me pay kum mam ka mam ch mami he mami say ching my yeah. I hear easy. You get what I'm saying?
So with that one you charge less?
No, me ne kakra imagine less cry. Because easy.
So it means if somebody walks into your studio
and he knows
and
what
the person
he's doing,
has a rhythm already, he has something, the price is low.
Because
so what's the lowest crack that you can
it
go?
It depends on the work you have already put in your product. Ebi a oba no wako beat no baby did that. Ebi a voices open mix mastering, it will come down. So it depends on what you're coming to. But if you are starting from scratch, you don't know anything. Would they say when you wear strip, you better saw the end. Grab your man and then shoot. Just say you are telling me to create everything from scratch for you. And even show some people have to show them singing like this. Do you like and imagine?
How was the business like during the COVID and the peak of COVID for people like you?
In the peak of COVID, no, is when I realized that we could actually work online. I was shocked. People will call you on video and then they will send you their files. Akobo beat you anum and abrapia bo beat you know or then you make the beat. Then I send it to him. He does the vocal. People in different countries,
wow.
And we're even working more than everybody. Because I was just at one place and people were just sending me files.
Interesting.
You know, and I was working and sending them the songs. So, Charlie.
Does that change the price? It makes it cheaper?
Well, but he's doing some of the job there, obviously. So he's going to pay studio fees there and all that. So it becomes cheaper.
We've also been joined by Uncle Rexoma and then Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, how are you doing? How was your week?
Yeah, it was okay.
Did you go for the demonstration?
No, I didn't.
Why? It was just at your backyard.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't far from your house.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, the first day they convened just 5 minutes from your house.
I don't think I am in the sort of shape to do demonstrations.
Wajuani.
So I just monitored what it was all about. Yes.
But Uncle Rex was there. Uncle Rex.
Yes. I saw you.
You were on the demonstration.
Yes, because I'm part of the
Arise Ghana.
leading member of Arise Ghana. So,
Oh, okay.
Arise Ghana NDC for
but then this is from Ghana.
Ghana for NDC for almost NDC for.
Apia, please don't worry, Uncle Rex.
Don't mind me.
That one, my dear. Or am I Kunto?
Oh, really?
Oh, Rex is my contact.
Who is marrying whose sister?
Oh, no, my sister.
Oh, okay.
And there be argument or see me MPP need to catch you and you arise Ghana for me indivisible.
All right. I correct. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
But how was it? I understand you got injured on the demonstration.
No, I didn't.
You didn't. Oh, okay. People said they thought you were injured, but you were clapping with the injury.
No, it is one of our guys who got injured.
Okay.
He's okay now.
But he was clapping with the injury.
Yes, that is positive defiance.
Oh, okay. Despite the pain.
Despite the pain, we will still clap.
Allah, aluta continua. Why were you demonstrating though?
You know, there are so many things happening in this country. So as citizens, we realize that we have to come together as a pressure group to speak for the voiceless, because there are so many people who are angry with the cost of living, high cost of living, inflation. Statistics shows that is 27%, but we know that in reality it's more than that. A lot of youth don't have jobs, high youth unemployment. And then you look at the negativity that is going on with public service and public officers who are grabbing state lands left, right, center, and everything is almost upside down. And as a country, it gets to a point where you have to rise above partisan politics and then come together as a nation to let your voice be heard, so that people who are in position of power, you put them on their toes to do what is right. So that is the main reason for the demonstration.
Okay, well, point well made. I hope that it yields the results that you are anticipating.
Yeah, we hope so too. And it's not a 9-day wonder. We are going to continue to put pressure for the government to do what is right. I mean, there's so many things that I mean, in democracy, the only way to express your grievance is through demonstration. That's the only way. And if you gag people from demonstrating, then it becomes something else. And so we believe that it was a constitutional right to do what we have to do, and we are going to continue until we see some real changes in this country.
You said the cathedral was a den of the devil.
Yes.
Why?
The Bible says Satan is the father of all lies and deception. The Bible says our bodies are the temple of God. God is spirit. He doesn't live in buildings. So when you live in a country where there is no money to pay for feeding school children, you live in a country where you don't have money to buy textbooks for school children, yet you use taxpayers' money that you are using it to buy to build a cathedral that you have promised your God. You pay an architect a whooping sum of money for what I hear 30 million or so just for the design. This thing has not gone through parliament because initially whether it's dollars or cedis, it's 32 million. Even if it is cedis, it is a whooping sum of money. The thing is, when the project started, you said it was a private project. So of course, if it's a private project, fine, who cares? But then, if later it becomes like you are spending state funds to build this cathedral, whilst you don't have money to take care of necessary things, it means that the whole thing is based on.
Oh no, Pierre, hold on. Let him land. Yeah.
It means that the whole thing is based on lies and deception, and everything that is based on lies and deception comes from the Satan. So I cannot call this a house of God. It's a house. It's a den of.
Interesting.
Den of Satan.
Apia, before I come to you, one question. Let us assume, that your party NDC comes to power, say 2024. What are you going to do with the cathedral? And it's not finished at the time. We're assuming it's not finished. What are you going to do with the cathedral?
Even though it's a rhetorical question,
how is it rhetorical?
we will stop it because it is
but
not
if
right.
it's already done.
If it's already done, we hope so.
If it is already done, what would you do with it?
We will leave that for the future to determine.
And if
Because
it's not, so if it's not done, you're going to stop it.
we'll stop. We have
The
to stop.
NDC will stop
We
the
will have to
cathedral.
stop
The money will go
What
to
happens
it.
to the funds that have been invested into it so far already?
The question is, you see, the fund that has been invested is even not done according to the procurement. There are a whole lot of processes that have been flouted. I mean, if this thing was tabled that okay, the state want to invest in such and such a thing, goes through parliament gives an approval and whatever, that's fine. But everything around this whole thing is shrouded in some kind of it's not transparent, and it's not based on.
It's not clear enough for you.
Clear enough for us.
Let me bring up you to say
And
Okay.
it's not a priority as NDC to come and build a cathedral.
Okay.
Okay, I
Appear.
want to say something, right? I thought that in this country we are ruled by a constitution, right? That if government wants to spend state funds, it has to go through parliament, right? So if the executive can take money at will, then what is going on? Because where are they getting that money from to pay for the cathedral if it has not gone through parliament? That means it's not state funds. Because I know that when e-levy had to come, parliament
go
had to
through
agree,
parliament.
and there was a lot of fight about it.
Yeah.
So if money is coming and the executive can just take money at will, how are they making that money? Where is that money coming from? Is this still state funds, or where is it coming from? That's what I want to know. I mean, if it didn't go to parliament, then how are they getting it? Are you getting me?
I'm getting you.
Because that means you can't take it if they have not, certified that this can go or cannot go. So where is that 30-something million all that coming from if it didn't go through parliament? Are you getting what I'm saying? So maybe it's their money. Maybe you can say why they wasting their money on the cathedral instead of other things. But if maybe it's their money, because parliament has not come out to say they are taking state funds or not.
I think for the avoidance of doubt, this whole public outcry became pretty more serious this year when some 25 million, it emerged that some 25 million or so was being allocated to the National Cathedral as
By Parliament.
as some sort of seed money, by government, as some sort of seed money.
How did government get to the point of giving them
No,
money?
hold on. Some sort of seed money, that emerged. Prior to that, I mean, there hadn't been any, nobody had questioned anything. The structure was going on. There was a fund for people to donate to. People donate. I mean, I have donated before. It was a short code. You understand? And people were sending in donations and all that. And we also saw recently a number of churches that have generously donated toward the structure, toward the building of the cathedral. You understand? So I think it only became an issue when there was some sort of a seed money of about 25 million that was supposed to go into the cathedral. However, that was just by the way. Let us not make that our main subject before I go into it.
Okay.
So I'll come to your take on the cathedral in general, Apietus. I mean, because we know Uncle Rex's take, and he's made it quite clear. If NDC should come to power in 2024, it doesn't matter where the cathedral has reached. It doesn't matter what investment has gone into it. It doesn't
I want to
matter.
say something. You know that during Mohammed's time, he built some affordable housing. So where did they build? I've forgotten.
Saglemi.
Yeah. Some and they left it. This kind of shit. Sorry
Hey,
for this
yeah,
language.
I beg you.
I'm sorry,
I beg
but
you.
it's annoying, Charlie.
Easy.
That another government will come. The money that belongs to Ghanaians, and this for the NDC and Tuaso. That thing should stop. So that if NDC to come and before the NDC and Tuaso, then we are suffering 2 elephant fights, and then the forest is in trouble. No, that one that has to stop. I mean, it is Ghanaian money. It's not anybody's money. You came into public service to come and serve us. So if you are using our money to build something, somebody's gotten somewhere, continue, finish it. I think that we should have a plan for Ghana. That everybody who comes every 4 years will just come and continue that plan. You can't bring your own plan. We should stop that thing. We should all sit down and say, as parliamentarians, we have planned that we are doing this A to Z. We are doing A, B, C, D up to Z. And this is A, this is B. Till we get there, we don't need your plan. So that we all go according. If you don't, then we take you off the seat. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to follow that rule. What is this? I come and I'm here. That thing is annoying. I don't care which party you belong to. I don't care. Come on, common sense is telling me that we are wasting the money. So now he says that the cathedral, they will stop it all. Then that money, 30-something million, shit, scanner shit. That is, it's annoying. It's annoying. In the end, it affects us. That kind of fighting, we don't need it. Ghana should sit down, parliamentarians, make a plan. We all follow it. Charlie media. I don't talk about.
Let us get into our conversation before you boil over. Calm down. Anita, please bring them water so they can calm down. Uncle Ken, would you want to take a bite?
No, I'm cathedral fatigue. I'm seriously cathedral fatigue.
Let us get into it. But Uncle Rex, how's Gamro doing? And congratulations on your re-election.
Thank you very much.
Yes, how's Gamro doing?
Gamro is doing well. It can be better, but we are still pushing.
Would you say leadership is a tough job?
Not necessarily, but not necessarily. But you see, the way Gamro is structured, the legislation that structured Gamro makes it very difficult. When you start a company with no capital, and a law says that the capital that you don't have, whatever you get, don't spend more than 30% to do everything. So in normal business, if my capital is 1,000 Ghana cedis, I will do scale of priorities and spend part of the capital to set up properly so that I can work efficiently. But Gamro did not start that way, and the law that established it say that you have no capital anyway, but whatever money you get, don't spend more than 30%. It makes it, because if you go against it, they will seize your license to operate.
So are you saying that 30% is not enough for the operations of Gamro?
You don't have that money before you say you start from ground zero.
Yes, you do.
You don't have anything. Not even, there was no money to even go around to do anything. But the law says don't. So if you get 10,000, you use 3,000. If you get 20,000, you use, so it's like you have to crawl gradually to be able to build. Instead of if elsewhere, when you start organizations like Gamro, they start maybe first 5 years, you don't do no distribution. So you use the money to set up your structures, your logistics and whatever before you start distributing. But Gamro, from day one, you are distributing and you don't have to spend more than 30%.
How old is Gamro?
Gamro is, I think, 9 years now. Yes.
So you've been around for a bit.
You've been around.
So you are not at zero anymore.
No, now we are not at zero. We are really moving.
So is the 30% enough for you
It's
now?
still not enough at all.
You are putting up a building.
That building is not, the money is not coming from Gamro's direct resource.
Where is it coming from?
It's coming from, you see, there is something called JCCMO. It's a joint committee for all the 3 CMOs, which is ASOG, Copy Ghana, and Gamro. So there is some 10% that come from the levies that we get. That money is supposed to be for cultural activities for the JCMOs. So we decided that you don't have an office to operate. So how do you spend money for culture if you don't have an office to operate? So the 3 CMOs decided to build that structure so that we can have each CMO will have a flat.
But Gamro has an office.
That office was built by Gamro's money within the 30%.
Yes, so
The one
Gamro
that
has
we are
an
using.
office.
Yes, I built it during my time.
Copy Ghana has an office.
Copy Ghana is now operating from the uncompleted structure, the story building that we're building. Yes.
Okay, I know for sure ASOG
is also operating from the
is also
place.
operating because they used to operate from Mr. Prempe's office at the
Yes.
trade fair.
So now they've moved to the uncompleted building, but that's where they're operating from now.
Okay. So, in other words, funds that were supposed to be available for cultural activities
Yes.
that could help on earth develop talent and create opportunities for people who dance, people who do poetry and all that to make some money, you figured it would be more relevant to use it to build a structure.
A structure so that we can operate efficiently.
Efficiently. Oh, okay. And how have the members taken all that?
Yeah, I mean, the JCMO, every now and then we meet all the board members of the various CMOs. We meet to do one big meeting to decide the way forward for the JCMOs, for the CMOs. So before we decided to go into this building, all the 3 CMOs and their board members met and decided that this is the way to go. Then after we finish it, then we can do other stuff.
Did they cross-check with the membership to be sure that that was what they wanted?
Yeah, everybody spoke to their members at AGM.
Okay.
Because
Maybe I missed the AGM for ASOG
Yes.
at the
You
time,
see,
because
the-
ASOG, actually, I don't recall the last time
Yes.
ASOG had an AGM.
See, the thing is, that monies by law does not come to the CMOs. So you just have to inform them. But even if you don't inform them, the money doesn't come to them.
Yes.
You know, it's not like their money has come and you are taking some of their money to go and do something. No. The law says any money you get from the levy, I think 6% goes to the GRA, and then 4% goes to the Copyright Office, and then 10% goes for these cultural activities, before the rest is divided into the 3C for the 3C.
No, I totally understand. And my point is that, just about a minute or so ago, we said we were going to cancel estate assets because the funding is not clear. But here is a similar organization that is also, because that state asset was the biggest beneficiaries will be creatives, like it or yes. Here is another, organization that deals with creatives, and then monies that would have gone directly into the pockets of creatives, cultural activities would have gone directly. The leadership of those organizations thought, no, let's use it to put up a structure. You understand?
This you can't compare. You
No,
can't
I'm
compare
not
the two.
comparing. I'm just making a point. Let us use it to put up a structure because you believe the structure is important. And I agree with you. The structure is important. I mean, what's the point in running as a when I have a problem, I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to find ASOG. I don't even know where to find Copy Ghana and all those things. So if you don't like the idea, but a cathedral has been built and you're in power, or it's not finished, you would leave it ajar.
So you are coming back to the cathedral thing.
No. I'm trying to understand the two.
Let me answer you.
I'm trying to understand the two. That's all. Just the two. And it's just to do with the cancellation bit. That was the part that surprised me a bit.
Let me explain something to you.
Yes.
If you listen to me carefully, I said, if the government had wanted to build a cathedral, if the government thought it was very necessary and important for him to build a cathedral, and has tabled it in Parliament, and Parliament had given the approval, fair enough. But this is not what happened.
Oh no, that part is clear.
Exactly. So the
Only
thing is,
reference to the cancellation.
the question is, what is wrong is wrong. So are you saying that any government that comes can use executive instrument to take the state's money to do whatever he wants, and even as doing whatever he wants goes against all the procurement laws, practices, and flout everything and do anything anyhow, and you come as a new government and you do what what is wrong is wrong. Because the question is, look, first they say it was private, now they say it's for the state. Okay,
Uncle Rex, you are right on all that point.
So the question
is, when you cancel it, who does it benefit? That was the point that Pietus was making. Because there were structures there. All those structures were
Let me
moved.
explain something
There
to
was
you.
space. Some money has gone into it. Some investment has gone into it.
Let me explain something
When you
to you.
cancel it, who does it benefit?
Are you aware that for now, even they don't have the money to continue? Are you aware of that? That the contractor said everybody should go, blah, blah, blah. We have the documents. Okay? It presupposes, look at the economic situation in this country for now. Now that we've gone for IMF, are you 100% sure that in 2 years this cathedral will be built? It will not be built because there is no money. These are some of the mismanagement that has gone on, that has brought us where we are now. So when you said, when you come and it is completed, then I said that one decision, I'm not supposed to make that decision. But if it's not built, it's not built, so you stop it.
Then everything is going down.
Look,
Okay,
Apia, let me explain something.
Rex,
Yeah.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Listen, Rex, right now I become chairman of GAMRO. I go through some documents and I'm like, why did you spend the money to build that?
The 4 floors.
Charlie, it's not important.
That is not GAMRO's money.
I'm coming.
No, don't compare the two. It is not GAMRO's money.
Let me
Oh,
land.
okay.
You see what you are saying?
No.
No.
Why
you're going is wrong.
Hold on.
Money
You know,
could be used
Apietus, hold on.
without-
Apietus,
You're going is wrong.
Apietus, hold on. Uncle Rex, hold on.
It's not in the same
In
context.
all fairness, it is not Gamro's money, but it is money for creatives.
Thank you.
Which would have gone into the
Yeah,
pockets
it
of
is gone.
creatives.
Hold on.
So
Right?
if I come and
Hold
stop
on.
it,
Yes.
Hold on. It is money for creatives that has been approved
Exactly.
by the board.
Exactly.
i.e., if that is why I said that if the government wanted to build the cathedral and
But
has
if
gone
a
to
new board
hold
comes
on,
and
let me
say they don't
finish.
agree with
Hold
what
on,
you both
hold on,
did,
hold on.
and they are-
Gamro board cannot decide on that.
I'm not saying Gamro. I'm saying all the boards decide that a new board comes, ASOC, whatever. They all come together and say, whatever these guys decide.
What you're saying-
we are not happy.
what you're-
let's break it.
It's like you. It's
Money
like
not
no.
wasted.
It's like you saying. It's like you saying Parliament agrees on something, and new Parliament come and say I don't. That it doesn't work that way. What we are saying is, if government wanted to build it and has gone through Parliament and has gotten the approval to do what they want to do, fine. If you bring it into the context of the Gamro thing, the various boards met, i.e., like Parliament, it's been agreed, do it. So when other Parliament come, you cannot come and say, oh, the other Parliament, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
Come here, but you said that if you come, you will stop it. If you have the power to stop it, why can't I stop? You see what I'm saying?
No.
You're contradicting yourself. already.
Apia, you are making
You
a
said you will
mistake.
Stop it.
Government is different from Parliament. If you listen to me carefully, I am saying that if it has gone through Parliament, why all our bilateral agreements that we sign, it doesn't go through Parliament. When Parliament append the
Sometimes
signature,
if it has not gone through Parliament, they are not using state money. Simple. Because they told people to donate. Am I lying?
Apia,
So
there is evidences.
of state money.
Of course.
How did they take state money?
How did they take state money?
So they can take state money without Parliament.
What are you
And
talking
the central
about?
government will
Let's
have
move forward. Okay.
What are you talking about?
I mean, let us bring look, before this conversation, I had various conversations with a number of young artists, and they all seem to have a certain apathy toward Musica and Gamro. Apia, why? They just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear. They don't want to have anything to do with it. And if that should continue and not fix, what is the future of these two organizations?
Most of these people.
Yeah.
If you ask them, have they been there with their problems, they will say no. Most of the people who talk like that, when they come to my studio, and now Gamro, when you tell them, have you gone to Gamro? Have you even registered? Have you gone there to go and put your works there? And then they say no. Because blah blah. Say, you see, you are acting on hearsay. I heard that, oh, Hanum watching the nyede. Usu wa on testing that. One dem chen. Ebi onya kokko testing on pemeko, u pemeko. One dem chen. Usu watching yesi nyede. That be contesting usu ye ka usu say, oh, watching am penyede. Are you getting me? If you go there and you see the way things are going and you don't like it, that is when you can come by. Most of these guys, you have to ask them, have you gone there? Have you presented your work? They will tell you no. I've been through that, so it's not something I want to talk about because I have been there. I know what the situation is on the ground. So if I'm talking, I know.
You know exactly what you're talking about.
And I know that Rex has done too much. That one there, if you tell Kodua, we're in America. He's very strict, he's very hard. So he's been able to do a lot. Because when Gamro was, you see that when Obo left Musica, I had Basa. Because he was very forceful. You understand? It was until I stood against him and saw some things where I said, hey, say yes, you into the man go be.
Are you facing the same thing?
Let me.
I'm coming.
No, Agrax, we are coming to you shortly. I'm coming.
So I'm trying to say is that sometimes if you don't go in there, you feel like, wait, that's a bit. You see what I'm saying? It looks so easy. I told you that when you go, somebody's sewing some cloth, you think like this one.
Oh, I can sew it.
I can sew it.
But if they give you 1 year,
You can't.
Agrax. I mean, I don't know if you've also interacted with the young guys and experienced this apathy that I'm talking about. What do you think accounts for it?
Apathy of what?
Apathy of all these organizations, Gamro, Musica, ASOG, you name it. You speak to any. Look, I spoke to a few young actors, and they said, "What's Ghana actors good? They're always in court. They're always fighting." Today here, Musica just re-election. They've been in court. I hear finally they want to go. So they feel some level of. I say no. I don't want to be a part of this organization. Okay. If it should continue, if that trend should continue, what is the future?
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Before you go on that, there's something I want to finish before
we get into that one. Okay.
For now, the state have spent 199 million Ghana cedis on the cathedral. For us to finish,
You have any
for us,
evidence
for,
of that?
for us to finish the cathedral will take $400 million
Right
to
there.
finish. We don't have that money. Do we have the money?
I don't know.
So the whole situation is, in our situation, as we are going to IMF and all these things, that money is not available. So well, your question that if you come, you will stop it and all those, it's not even stopping it. You don't even have the money to start with. As I told you, right now, contractors have left the site. There's no money.
The hotel and $400 million. Are they?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, Rex.
So now, in terms of the apathy, what I've noticed in this country is majority of the artists get into the music out of passion, without any other consideration. Most of them don't know anything about copyright. Most of them don't know anything about music business. Most of them don't know anything. He saw somebody on television, and they use this word, oh, the guy has blown. So he also wants to blow and goes to studio, appear to spammy beat. So they will do whatever they have to do to go to studio to record and to do another video. It's the easiest part. Then when they spend all their energies and realize that the money is not flowing the way they were expecting it, then they get frustrated. Now they start to blame Gamro. Now they start to blame, because he hears that they say something called Gamro and somebody is not getting money. I hear some artists that in the public eye, they're supposed to be big artists who are supposed to know everything about the business they are doing. Some of them have been hailed as good business gurus.
Yeah.
Yet they sit on radio and say, "Oh, I've been in Gamro I've been in music for 7 years. For the past 7 years, Gamro has not given me anything." Meanwhile, it's not a member of Gamro. We don't know anything about your songs.
Yeah.
Some of these people, they are producing their own song, producing other artists. They have not assigned anything to Gamro, yet they are complaining. Now, when you say ASOC is for audiovisuals. You don't release a musical video.
On point of order.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's activate Uncle Ken's microphone, please.
You just made a statement that
Yeah.
I want.
Yes, it's fine. It's good now. Yes.
It's okay now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
You just made a statement that I want some clarification on, because I've been hearing people say that even if people are not members of Gamro, Gamro still collects
On their behalf.
on their behalf.
Yes.
So the statement you just made that somebody is not your member, you don't know them from Adam. Why do you collect those people's monies?
Okay. So I will explain to you. Gamro is the only collective management organization mandated to collect monies for music usage.
Yeah.
So when I collect your money and you are not a member, the money sits at Gamro. Some of them we make efforts to contact them.
So their money is there.
Come and collect your money. They will not come. And they will still sit. The question is, even if the money comes to you, Apietu's money is sitting in Gamro. Apietus is not a member. We don't have any information on Apietus. How do you pay him?
So how did you collect the money if you don't have any
So let me
information
explain
on
to
it?
you. to you.
Can I finish my
Yes, sure, Uncle Ken.
my interrogation, so to speak? Sorry.
let me-
I want to back you on something.
Okay.
You used the terminology music use, and that is what you use in collecting.
Yeah.
So you do not collect by artists'
No.
names.
No.
I wanted you to clarify that.
No. You see,
And you see, you're right. So I want the public to get to know that it is not, the collection is not made by artists. It is made by music use.
let me explain to you, because when you collect, every music has an owner.
Yeah.
So even though you collect for music usage, every music that was used that you collected for
Has
an owner.
An owner, correct.
Okay. So now that we are doing logging, when the log sheets come,
Oh, logging has started?
of course.
You don't even log what you pay.
No, before. No, but obviously everybody knows that.
Uncle Rex understands what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody knows that
Now
before
Gamro
there
is
was.
doing logging.
Yes.
Now when the log sheets come, the log will tell you the name of the artist whose music was being
Correct.
used.
Okay.
So now we have the logs. Now that we have also signed reciprocal agreement with third parties, like Apaso, the money will come with the name of the artist attached to it,
Okay.
because the artist
Thank
is
you.
a Ghanaian artist. 2, once you are a Ghanaian artist and the money comes, even if you are not a member of Gamro, they know you as a Ghanaian. That is why your money came to Gamro. If you have signed to a CMO elsewhere,
Yeah.
they can request and your money will be sent to
them.
that CMO.
Yeah.
If nobody requests for your money, we send you that come for your money. Some of them have come, some of them don't come. The money will sit there, but not forever. It will sit there for some time, and if you don't come, it will be
10
redistributed.
years, right?
So the whole situation is Gamro is changing. Previously, when before I came to Gamro, when we share the money and you are not there, you are not there.
Exactly.
There's no money sitting for anybody.
That's why
But now it is changed. So as I'm talking, there are artists, big artists whose monies are sitting with Gamro. The next distribution, if their money comes, we'll add to it. We'll keep adding and adding and adding until the time that they don't come, the money goes. So that is what it is.
Yeah, you see, I deliberately brought in this for you to explain
Yeah.
to the outside world what exactly is happening. Because like you have rightly said, in the past, this wasn't being done.
No.
In the past, the collection was made and that was it. You know, if
So
you were
when-
not a
when-
member.
So when I came, we created
Oh,
something
yes.
that we call
Oh.
undistributed funds.
Undistributed funds.
Undistributed
Yes.
funds. Yeah. So when we finish distribution, the money that the owners have not come for it, we put it in that particular account.
Exactly.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so Rex, you see, in your communication, if you go this way, it will open the eyes and ears of a lot of the musicians out there. But if you go like you started before I came in, that most of these people talk, we don't know them, we don't have their, records and blah 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 blah. That pushes people back.
But Uncle Ken, isn't it the truth?
It is the truth. But it is the truth. It is the truth. It is that Mami Nwe. Oh, Makasapi.
Apia, hold on 1 second. Let Uncle Ken
Makasapi, I've been quiet. It is the truth.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes the truth we all know is a bitter pill to swallow most of the time. But in this instance, where we're talking about a musicians group, welfare group, I think for you to get them to be on your side.
Let me correct you. It's not a welfare.
Oh, well, no,
It's
no,
not.
it is-
It's not
okay,
a
okay.
Please, let me correct you.
Wrong.
It's not a musicians'
It's a
welfare
collective
It's a
society.
It's a collective
society.
management based on right ownership.
Ownership. Yes.
So let's collect that.
I use welfare in quotes.
Yeah.
But I understand you perfectly.
Welfare is musica.
Yes, I understand you perfectly.
They are
Okay.
supposed to be fighting for the musicians. But my dakra.
All I'm saying, Rex, is the communication should be to attract more people.
Not
To
necessarily.
come on. No.
Not necessarily.
I think it's important.
No,
because
no, listen.
his point at the beginning was, why are so many of our musicians
want to say something.
oblivious? George, wasn't that your point?
Yes.
Oblivious of what's happening there and not wanting to be part
They
of
don't
it.
want, because I'm just getting a message from one musician, is that because they keep calling us to come and collect 300 CDs. Ask Uncle Rex how much.
Exactly.
I'm coming. So I want to say something.
Apia, hold on.
No,
Uncle
Beba,
Rex-
Mama
okay.
Kasem,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apia, get your mic a little. Apia to's mic, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
hello.
Uh-huh.
Can
It's
you
good.
hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
This is the reason. Okay, so this can hear 300. He's sacked there now. What is 300 cities? You see what I'm saying? Your money will not also stay there forever, and you are not prepared to go and take it. Let's say, what's the distribution? Every 6 months or 3 months?
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months. So every 6 months, he makes some money. But I feel like the music that is being used, we are not really monetizing it well. That one is Gamro's fault. I think, sir, if they were monetizing every single play of Stonebwoy, Shatawale, their money will not be 300 Ghana cedis. Are you getting what I'm saying?
The question I think we all need to ask is, Mabel, sorry, Uncle Rex, so how much, how is it done? You said now you have a log
You see,
sheet.
let me explain
How
something.
is it done?
Let
How-
me- let-
if my song, let's say I'm George Koy, I have a song with Apietus, Afudu Fudu Dufushi. The rubbish
they know
is
the
singing.
song.
Yeah, songs. We have a song, and then the song plays this morning when they were doing News File. They played it. They played the video. You know, and News File is syndicated on radio as well, so the audio also played. Then Hits FM, they played it, and Didossi was on Adom FM. He also played it. Then the people at other networks, we went to Kumasi, Love FM played it. All our sister stations played it all over the country. Today alone, how much am I likely to make, and how much do you make per play? How is it counted?
There is no law in Ghana that guarantees that. So listen to me carefully so you understand what is happening in this country.
Yeah.
in the developed countries, there are laws that guarantees a tariff, music usage per minute or per second as to how much you pay.
Okay.
We don't have such laws in Ghana.
What are we
So,
waiting for?
Oh, Apia, hold on. Let him
so
land.
what we are doing in this country is we are doing something that we call blanket license. You cannot go to any radio station and charge them based on the music they played. We charge them based on blanket licenses, just like when you build your house and you need electricity but don't have a meter, you go there and they give you something like called flat rate.
Yeah.
So that is what we are doing. So after we've collected the money and we have categorized the media houses based on your listenership and your reach and all that, because you can't charge Joy FM the same amount of money you'll be charging some radio station in some Nkoko or whatever. So we have categorized.
But why?
Because of their reach. Because all is not equal. All over the world, that is how it is done. We will get to a certain level where some countries are even taking 10% or 5% of your gross annual income. Some countries are doing that.
But Uncle Rex, would you agree that Joy FM, compared to that radio station sitting in Koko, that radio station is most likely going to use more music than Joy FM? Because Joy FM's day is already packed with a lot of talk.
That is why we use the log sheets. So when the monies are collected, if we get the sum total of, let's say, 100,000, we feed the 100,000 based on the logs that we have. And the logs will help us to distribute the money pro rata. So if your music was played 1,000 times, based on how the money, the system will distribute the money, everybody gets according to the usage of his music.
So what is the minimum?
What do you mean? What is the minimum?
You just mentioned it will be prorated. So I assume that naturally there must. Let us assume the total collection that came in was 100,000, and then the songs had Apietu's, Uncle Ken, Uncle Rex, and then Brad Apietu's. We all had our songs in there. Uncle Rex's songs, Kutusa had 100 plays.
So it's just a calculation. When you put it in the system, based on whose music was used, the system will distribute the money according to whose music was used at what time, and it does that.
Okay, I want to say something.
You always want to say something.
Yeah, I want to say something. Because I'm very worried. This license thing you are talking about, how do we get government to actually approve that law should be passed that if music is played,
The per minute thing.
Yeah, per minute thing, this amount of money should be played, to be paid.
You are in a hurry. You've gone ahead.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but let us understand. No, let us understand where we are now, because where we are now is the major problem for a lot of the artists. And for me, I like the education.
No, but if we don't solve that per minute,
no. But that per minute,
is due.
Hold on, that per minute
They will
is the
still be
next.
saying, say, okay, it's kind of 100,000.
Hold on. That per minute, Apia, hold on.
Eh.
That per minute is the next. But where
It's
we
the
are
ish.
now, hold on, where we are now is the reality.
If Parliament do not
Apia,
approve,
you are in a
approve
hurry. You are in a hurry to push for what doesn't exist. What exists now? Let's help the people to understand it, so that if artist A gets 300, he will understand why I got 300.
Hello, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
You see what Uncle Rex said? Please, let me tell you straight up forward. The right thing to do is Yabominum 3. 3 cities. You see what I'm saying? But if the money,
Well, that's what I asked. What's the minimum?
Yeah, so I'm just saying, I'm just making an example. If government should say, okay, one play beer is 1 peso, you understand what I'm saying? I know if they play my song 10 times, I have 10 pesos. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you getting the point?
Yeah, I'm getting the point.
Now, if that law is not there, then they will have to do with, okay, Scanaba, into your system B, according to the play you got, let's share it. Then maybe some boy be, his song was really played more than Stonebwoy. So then the 100,000, he gets, let's say, 30,000. Stonebwoy, I'm sure because these are a big say.
But I think that's what Uncle Rex is trying to explain.
But if the law had been approved that, okay, this is how much you pay, the tariff, this is the tariff that government has approved. So at the end of the day, go according to it. No, the problem when you never solve.
I agree with you, but we don't have the tariff.
But the government can help us get it.
But
Parliament.
Apia, it won't happen tomorrow.
Are you sure?
It won't happen tomorrow.
Apia, listen to me. You see, sometimes when you are talking with emotions, you just, a law that is in existence the law that guaranteed us to get the levies at the port. When the law was made,
know that
it
you're
catered
talking
for CDs, cassette,
A
and
chum
pen
still
drives.
now.
Now these things are obsolete. We are adding the new gadgets, smartphones, and blah blah blah. It is taking over 5 years for an airline. 5 years. Look, 5 years for an airline.
5 per.
You know. So listen.
It will take 20.
You see. So let me tell you something.
5 per.
It is easier said than done. When you
don't know this country.
Some of the things that will make CMOs very efficient does not lie in the authority of the CMOs. It lies on the authority of the state. Laws must be passed, and these things are painfully slow. So what we can do is what we are doing. I think that with the log sheets and distributing the money pro rata, it is far, it's 100 times better than what we used to do. What it does is it makes the distribution very equitable and transparent. What we don't have is for you to ask me, so how much is paid per music usage? We don't have that law. But when the money that we get, for now, we are able to distribute. When somebody says he got only 300, who said those who are joining even CMOs in Europe and America, some of them get $5. $2, depending on the usage of your music. Somebody is getting 100,000, somebody is getting 1 million, somebody is getting $5, depending on how your music was used. So people must understand, once you are a Ghanaian artist and Ghanaian songwriter or a publisher and you are based in Ghana, Gamro is your best bet. If you ever want to receive money from Gamro, you also have a responsibility to at least come and give your details to Gamro, because somebody artist called me this morning and said, Uncle Rex, I've heard that you have been always saying that I have some money in Gamro for a long time. I want to come and collect it. I said, okay, so go to Gamro and give them your details so that they can pay you, because if you want to get the money, we don't know your account number, we don't know anything. So I'm pleading with all right owners who want to someday collect money from Gamro, at least visit. Some of them wants to sit in their comfort zone in their and then have everything done for them.
But Rex, that's what I was saying.
Just go to
you should do.
Open an account. Go and give them that account details. Tell them that every 6 months they should pay the money into that account. Then go and sleep somewhere. I'm sure one day that money will come of use to you. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying I won't go, just open an account. With a time no some
you know, somebody is saying that, oh, why should I go to Gamro to collect 300?
Give them an account.
When we started, those days they were giving checks.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember I've had 50 cedis check. Which is today, yes. And then you send it to a bank and it bounce. Oh yes.
Gamro gave you checks and the checks.
It wasn't Gamro, it was then Kosga.
Kosga.
Look, you see, we have come so far, and we are not doing bad at all. We are doing so. If you compare us to other countries, the problem we have is we ourselves, out of misunderstanding or not properly communicating or whatever, have bastardized Gamro so much that is making the young artist
not
interested. But the question is, what is there? What is going on? Gamro is not static. It's developing. It's growing every day. But everybody thinks that Gamro is of the Gamro of yesterday. It's not like that. Things are changing.
George.
Things are changing. Yes, Uncle Ken.
Rex, you have done exactly what I was asking you to do that you told me you were not going to do.
Because I've done it
That is
over
your time.
Look, I'm a board chairman. I'm not supposed to be the communicator for Gamro. Makasa we are for years.
I am a communicator.
Before communicator,
Rex. Rex, you see what you have done this afternoon? It's broadened the minds of a lot of people who did not otherwise know so much about what's going on there. What take you with time, Aka? And that's all I was asking you to do. And you said, no, won't you see, because the people there are ignorant of the facts. And they speak with emotions.
A lot of emotions.
A lot of emotion.
For me, there's another issue, and I appear to some coming to music at the same. Yes, Uncle, can you learn?
just before-
Yeah. No, it's not
But
politics.
nobody's doing
Nobody's
politics.
doing politics.
Nobody's doing
Yeah.
politics. The politics happened with the demo when you spoke about that. Now, Rex, I was told by our producer coming onto this show today that we're going to look at the state of some of these.
Well, that's what we are doing with Gumroad
Exactly.
now.
Exactly. Some of these organizations,
Organizations.
you know, like yours, Musica and Copy Ghana and the rest. So, Gumroad, as far as I'm concerned, out of the lot, is the only organization so far that has had elections and put in place a board. Am I lying?
That is.
If I have to speak within my terrain, yes, I'll say yes. I don't want to go to other terrains because I'll be
No,
stepping on
no.
toes.
Oh, I didn't want you to
Yes.
go. I only wanted
far as
you
I'm
to
concerned-
accept
so far
that
as I'm Gumroad has done our election. and
Exactly.
we
That's
put up
all
a
I'm
board.
expecting
Yes.
from you, not the others.
Yes.
Because you are Gumroad.
Yeah.
You know, yours is Gumroad.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere this week, just this week, that even though you have been elected into office, you've had a board put in place, you're chairman of the board, I heard that your license has been withdrawn. Is it true?
That is not true.
Is there anything to do with the Gumroad license in the offing?
Nothing. Let me explain something to you. You see, Gumroad's license, and then not only Gumroad, all the 3 CMOs, our licenses are renewed every 5 years. And it's based on some 5 things you need to do. Your license cannot be seized anyhow unless you go or you flout any of the things that the law says you should do.
You should do.
And Gumroad has never gone against those things. So in 5 years, in fact, if you look at the license we are holding now, there's not even a date on it, expiring date on it. But when the time comes, we have done our audited reports and everything that's supposed to be submitted to the Attorney General's department. We have submitted it. We've given copy to the Copyright Office so as to be able to stay clean with them. So there is no way our license can be seized because we have done what the law says we should do.
I did not use the word seize though.
So where's the license issue coming from? For me, Uncle Ken, sorry, let me help you. What I heard was not withdrawn, but not renewed.
Oh, you heard it has
Yes,
not been
I had
renewed.
not been
like he said,
renewed.
yeah.
Exactly.
He says there's no date on it.
So,
Can you imagine?
so what I'm saying is, you see,
Can you
by law,
Yeah.
we should renew our license every 5 years. So, every 5 years, we do what the law says we should do.
Yeah.
And this year, our license is supposed to expire this year, which we have done what we're supposed to do. So, we haven't had any letter from Attorney General saying that we are not going to renew your license or anything. So, so far as we're going,
That is, you've put in the
we've put in the
for
application
renewal.
and everything.
Yeah.
We've paid,
but
we've
you
put
have
it-
not received.
it, and then that is what it happens when you put
Oh,
in.
okay.
It takes time before
Okay,
it comes.
okay.
So,
maybe that is why people are assuming that
You-
something has happened.
some people thought that there's a lot of politics going on with Gumroad. A lot of people think that maybe they can go and pull some strings for Gumroad's license to be not renewed. It cannot work because we are within the law. So, so far as I'm concerned, we are clean. We are moving.
Okay.
You are just waiting for.
We are just waiting for the renewal
renewal.
because what the law says we should do, we have done.
Okay, so you have done your part and you are just waiting for the renewal.
Yes.
So while you're waiting for the renewal, are you still mandated to still be collecting and doing everything that you're supposed
Yes,
to do?
that is why I told you the license. The last time Attorney General was giving us the license, he said there's no need for them to put expiry date
on it.
But the law says every 5
technically,
years.
it is not expired.
It's not expired.
There's no date on it.
Once you have submitted whatever you have submitted for it to be renewed, they'll just send you a letter that your license has been renewed. That is what it is. That's
Okay.
Yes.
Perpetual license. Yes, we're having a conversation with the chairman of the Ghana Music Rights Organization, Mr. Rex Omah, and an active member of what Ghana?
Arise.
Arise Ghana. Arise Ghana movement. Oh, abuse. It's
said
Showbiz
you
A to
didn't come
Z.
here to do politics.
Uncle Kennedy is also in here. Let me take a few of your messages. They've come in on 055 1111997. This one says, good afternoon, George. Please ask Uncle Rex how much for the equipment and software to monitor, log all music used within the Ghanaian space. This hurdle must be cleared first. I think he's mentioned that we have the. So Uncle Rex, so now we have the equipment to log, right? Like
There is no such thing like having equipment to log. What we have done is we have sublet this work for a third party. I've combed around the globe. There is no CMO that goes and buy equipment to log. There are companies that do this kind of things for CMOs. One of them is called BMAT and whatever, because it's not cost effective.
It's capital
intensive.
Yeah.
So they are logging for us. In fact, the log is so detailed that even the noise that comes through your frequency is logged.
Oh, interesting.
Everything is logged.
Interesting.
You know, so that is what is happening.
So are they based here or they are based somewhere?
They are based somewhere and give us the material.
They just
online.
send you the material.
So long as you are using transmitters, the system will capture you. So now, currently, we are logging, I think, 134 radio stations and TV stations, and we intend to upgrade it up to 300. You know, so that's
because there are well over 450 radio stations in Ghana,
and most of them are not actually operating. You know, those who are actively operating is around 300 and something.
But you see, the ones you call not actually operating are the ones using music the most because they don't have any programming.
See,
they just play music all day.
The thing you have to understand is, I keep saying this: the logs themselves do not generate money for Gamro. The logs only helps us to distribute equitably, because music usage is not being paid based on
the
logging and tariff.
Oh, okay.
So people must understand
it is
that
based on the
Gamro is investing to do this log so as to be able to distribute equitably. You are not paying Gamro based on the usage. You are paying a flat rate, and majority, more than 90% of radio stations are not paying. So the few that are paying, when we get it, we use the logs to distribute.
Exactly.
Okay,
that is what is happening.
It's clear now.
Yeah.
So it means a lot of those that are actually using the music more, as I'm opining, are not really making any money. They are not really operating.
They are not paying.
So they are just,
For
they are not paying.
example,
They don't have money to pay.
If you have the state broadcaster, GBC, for over 7 to 8 years, have not paid Gamro a dime. This is what we are talking about.
No. Is this being said on authority? Is that what it is?
Yes, we are in court with them.
He's the chairman of Gamro.
We are in court with them right now that we are seeking our judgment. You see, so these issues, when people get up and they are talking about Gamro issues, it is very serious. That 90% of people who use music in this country do not pay. And the small money you have to drag them to court. And when you go to court, sometimes it takes 4 years. We have been in court with GBC for almost 4 years now. You know, so these are some of the difficulties we go through. But we are there to fix the issues. So we are not interested in complaining. We are fighting.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Rex, you know, you made a point that it is the same people.
Hold on. Let Uncle Ken finish. Yes.
It's very disruptive.
Apia, don't interrupt. Uncle Ken, go ahead. Yes.
You made a point about the people who should benefit from the exploits of Gamro being the same people who destroy the organization, because they come on air and they say all manner of things against the organization. But you see, the point is, over the years, all successive executives of Gamro can be blamed for the same reason. Because before they get into power, they need to downplay the exploits of those who were in power before them. Right? So it's, so as for the politics, it's been there from day one. And then where you are concerned, I'm worried. Because I'm asking myself, Rex now is out there as a politician. Okay? He's there as a politician. He speaks for Arise Ghana. He speaks his mind about, and nobody should stop you from speaking your mind. But then I ask you, I ask myself, is Rex going to get the best cooperation from everybody the way he projects himself as a politician?
All right. Hold on. Before you answer that, you might as well add this one. There's a message here from Bernard in Bahrain. Says, is Uncle Rexoma looking for a position in the NDC government? The same old people being recycled without any improvement in the lives of Ghanaians. Greediness, selfishness is what's killing Ghana. Let us all change. Well, maybe you might want to add that to... let's forget the other part, but the part about looking for a position in the NDC.
I mean,
Me, that is not even my concern.
That's somebody else's concern.
Yeah,
I'm just adding it to
answer
yours.
mine.
Yes, you'll answer both.
no, let me finish this.
Yes.
People must understand that Gamro work is voluntary.
True.
I am not paid by Gamro.
Oh, wait, you are not paid?
I'm not paid by Gamro.
No allowances.
No allowances.
Please. Apia, don't.
Apia,
don't
no,
just-
let's make it.
And
Yeah.
then I'll answer.
We do our board meetings 4 times in a year, every quarter. Sitting allowance is 700 cedis. So if we sit 4 times and maybe some 2 committee meetings, that is what you get. Gamro gives me fuel because there's so much I do for Gamro
Right.
with my
of
own
course.
car. For example, here I'm sitting talking
Of course.
Gamro. So that's the only thing Gamro gives me,
Of course.
fuel. I don't take any salary or anything. So the thing is, I am with Gamro because of the passion. When I was active as an artist, I had the same issues. When I joined Suiza in Switzerland and I realized how the system works, I decided that I will sacrifice to make sure this thing happens in Ghana. People who think that I just became a Gamro chairman just few years
Yesterday,
ago. I
yeah.
started this fight 25 years ago. Anybody who has followed me know that I was part and parcel leading for all these copyright laws to be changed. So I didn't start this yesterday. The reason why I seem to know, people don't understand. You see, I'm supposed to be the board chairman. But if you realize, for the past 5 years, I have been the mouthpiece for Gamro.
Right.
Because people may not necessarily understand the intricacies to be able to speak in public to defend the organization and what it's going through. Because we need to do scientific communication. Who are we communicating to? First, the general public who do not understand what Gamro stands for must understand. The membership itself do not understand. The right owners that you are protecting do not understand. Sometimes you call them for a meeting. They are interested in is money coming. You send them a text message, even explaining something to them. Somebody go, Chairman, my text message been a. You see, they are only interested in the money. Now, the radio stations and the prime users who use the music do not understand why they have to pay. Somebody will ask you, you've brought me this bill. Based on what are you charging me this? We don't have a tariff. So it becomes another hurdle. So there is so much problem bedeviled with Gamro, but it takes, excuse me, my language, crazy people like me to sacrifice my brand and my career and everything to stand for this organization. I understand. Yes, I'm out there doing politics. But trust me, my politics will help Gamro than me keeping quiet. Because the policy makers in this country look down on the creative economy. Any government comes to power, the creative economy is the last thing they think about. You know, so the whole situation is, if we all decide to keep quiet, the industry will be what it is. So I am not, when I'm doing Gamro issues, there's no politics there, because on Gamro board, most cases, there are different parties and different political whatever. Okay. We don't discuss politics with Gamro at all. You know?
So I want to ask you.
Let's activate Peter's mic. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So I want you to promise me something here. So now,
if it is promisable.
if Mahama becomes president, do you promise you will solve these problems?
I am not Mahama.
Hey.
And if Mahama becomes
Ayaka.
president, listen to me. If you say if Mahama becomes president, first and foremost, if Mahama becomes president, which authority do I have to solve the problem?
You're a creative art person.
I am creative art person. Look, the same thing that I'm doing for the creative arts, if Mahama becomes president, I'll do the same thing. Perhaps because it's my party, I can have things done. But I cannot sit here and promise 100% because the state of the country, governance is a different issue. I will not say that, oh, when Mahama comes, everything, Gamro or the music industry will change overnight. No. But because it is my party, maybe when I speak,
This is
they will listen.
incorrect.
It's not politically
No,
incorrect.
Apia, it's not. I think
I'm,
the
I'm,
question
I'm
is
being
answered.
honest. Let me tell you something.
No, Rex, hold on.
I don't want. It's a rhetoric question.
It's not.
No, hold on. If Mahama comes, I can't promise because no, I can't promise because if you say if Mahama becomes president, I am not Mahama. I am a member of the party. So when my party comes to power, perhaps when I speak about the creative industry, maybe I can
take you serious.
exactly. That is what I'm saying.
Okay, this one says, "Don't kid yourself, Apia. State monies invested into the cathedral is over 100 million." And then he said, unless Joy FM is like, why did Joy FM put it out there? Okay, a lot of news items have gone round on it. This one says, China, Japan, India, etc. loaned Ghana a lot of money. What do they worship? Their own gods. God won't descend to do anything for you. That is why he's giving you common sense and wisdom to reason. But unfortunately, both lost to reading books in Ghana. And Uncle Rex, the sum of financial loss to the state is part of the reasons Ghana is where it is today. If that's what the NDC is bringing again, then they will be in opposition for a very, very long time. What Ghana needs is not NDC or NPP, period. That is Nana Kwesi.
That's a disappointed MPP talking.
Hey, Uncle Rex. Easy. Yeah, easy. This one says, my name is Fully of Mangrove. I would like to share my opinion on the show. Go right ahead. It says, can it be that Gamro can buy an app or create an app like Boomplay and others, homegrown for all musicians in Ghana, so that they can log their music for all restaurants, bars to use as their source of outdoor stations? This can reach a lot of people. Okay, but he's already answered that. Says there's something that they are already working on. So it's in the works, if I can put it that way. This one says, good evening, George. Rexuma is making a lot of sense. President Nana Addo promised God to build a temple. Were Ghanaians there when the promise was made? And during his campaign, did he tell Ghanaians he will use Ghana's money? Don't let us be hypocrites. Papa Ansa from Latte Iquiapem sent that one in. Okay, and this one. Apietus, they say you're talking too much. There's no name to the message. Okay, this one says, I think I've read this one already. Okay, let's see what we have here. God's own Ghana deserves better than NPP and NDC, period. The search for common men, women to govern is on. The developmental plan for Africa has already been made available by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. They must swallow their pride and go for Nkrumah's blueprint for Africa. This same Nkrumah predicted Russia-Ukraine brouhaha, yet we played ball with his ideologies. Shem Mixon Yeboah said that one. Very, very interesting thoughts there. It's Showbiz A to Z. We're on Joy 99.7 FM. Apia, what is happening at Musica?
Oh, George.
Yes.
Before
Okay.
you go to Musica with Apia,
Yeah.
I was very excited when Philip told me yesterday that Apia was coming here on the show today, because I have known him since the 90s.
Oh, okay.
No be now.
I have known Apia since the 90s. Apia was at Case Frequency
Yeah.
when I got to know him. And we did our first production there, Nanaya Redu,
Yeah.
Anemia, and Apia and the late, what's his name?
We were the producer.
Yes.
You remember, eh?
Now I remember.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
come
But,
to your
but
house.
Rex, you used to come to my house.
Yes.
I even had a demo of yours
Definitely, yes.
that we were supposed to have worked on. It never materialized, you know. But Apia used to work with the late, what's his name? Nete.
Danete.
Nete. Dan was also at Case Frequency.
Yeah.
You know, and they worked on Anemia for us. And Anemia became a big hit back in the day, you know, Nanaya Redu.
Yeah.
And later on, I got some young boys, two of them from Tech, and one around town, who came together to put up an album. And they called themselves Amanfo.
Yes.
And Apietus was the producer they went to work with. I never had time to go with them into the studio. And they came out with an album, And I remember I owed Apia money for production. And so one morning, I was at home when I had a motorbike circling around my gate. I went to peep and I saw it was Apia. What I don't remember is whether I actually paid him off or I didn't.
I used to be a ride out.
Yeah, I and I have followed his,
You know the amount for my wife I'm married to now actually sang.
Oh, on one of the songs.
Yeah,
That's,
that lady who sang it was my wife.
I see.
Yeah.
I never got to release the album.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, Apia, I never got to release it because two of the guys left town.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, and I was also engaged on another project, so we never. I still have the master that you did
darling.
for them, and I listen to it from time to time, and it sounds good, so that's just about Apia. I needed to see him today. He's done very well for himself.
Yeah. Oh, solid.
We've done a programming.
Okay.
Akwa we me body ngusu a no apepa no.
Apia is a legend.
Yeah, he's done very well.
I'm
He's
so
done
proud of him
extremely well. Yes.
Because where he started, that we all knew him.
Yeah.
And where he
is
came to,
now.
He
No, Apia is from a family of creatives. I had the opportunity to work with his kid brother.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and he's one of Ghana's finest cameramen. I'll say
he's actually a director.
Yeah, he's a director
okay.
now. Yes.
Nice.
While Apia was at Case Frequency, we were at Village Communications, which was just
opposite.
Just
across the road.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
He's from a family
That's
of
true.
creatives. Solid guy. Musica. A year ago. Was it a year ago? Yeah, I think sometime getting to the latter part of last year. Philip and I had to rush me from Cape Coast. I had gone for a funeral to come sitting on a show. We're having a Musica presidential debate because Musica said they were going to go for elections. One of our panel members, Kwame Rasta, after the debate that day, he said, "This election will not happen." I have to go and look for Kwame Rasta to give him his stone. It's been almost a year. Uncle Ken, hasn't it been a year? It's been about
More
a year.
than a year.
Appears why? What is the issue with me? It looks like Musica has never been able to stand on its feet since Obo left.
Thank you. So you see, Musica,
Don't worry.
yeah. Asenke did a song for me. Fear delegates. It's baby.
No, fortunately, we have a lot of the foreigners that come into Ghana. This is the show they listen to.
Okay.
So we try to keep it in English so they can understand.
Media, I did my somewhere. It's a foreigners in it. And then these people started talking. Apia, somebody like you, the exuberance, you are this, you are that. This kind of, if you bring it on board, blah, 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 blah. Even though Obo was talking about me, the kind of plans I have in my head. Then I was encouraged to start this thing. I went to I've not been to everywhere in Ghana, every region. I have not. But because of Musica, I drove to every region.
That's right.
The only place I took plane was the north.
Tamale, yeah.
Tamale and things. Master, hustle just to talk to people, and they were crying on me. Apia, come and save us. Our this, our Apia. You are going to be there. You are the. I thought I felt I was the new Jesus. So I was like, oh boy, it's killing you people. When I come, politics, hey, so me, I knew that I've won the thing. They were hailing me. I said yes. Everywhere I went, it's like they were waiting for me. The Messiah has come.
The Messiah has come.
On the day of voting, I was sitting in front of where the ballot box is. Now, when people come and then their face change, it's like they are saying, "Oh, Apia, I'm sorry." You can see on the person's face like, "Oh, you're happy." All of a sudden, the kind of joy they had the night
vim
before.
they had when they saw you.
When Obo got
changed.
there, Papa see maybe the mayor Yakobo. I don't know what Obo did. Bribery and corruption went on. That day, the next day, I lost photo. How? When I knew that I had like 80% of the vote, I got like 18. And even Obo came to say, unya 18. Hey, go for your bam. Hey, it's 18. That means Obo, I didn't get it. Hey, Charlie, and I realized that I have to go. Me yeah, the money I spent, Charlie, the money I spent. Charlie, people were laughing at me. Dr. Pounds, God will punish that guy. Dr. Pounds dedicated his show to me. We have to go and visit Apia to so. Hey, Charlie, what I went to, people were laughing.
But why did you spend money on what?
Ask me again. Traveling, plane fare. I was going to security and things.
Oh, okay.
You know, easy because I was
You
afraid
felt
of
president.
Obama
You felt presidential, so you had
They
security.
actually told me I have to be careful spiritually, and since I fortify myself. No, boy, I didn't know him. Who needs car? That 2 million we have a fun account to me those days.
So you were competing against Obo. And Obo came to tell you that even the 18 you got, they stole some of his.
He was shocked. I got 80. He said, "Hey, when you're 80, that means people chopping money." You know, and I was giving some of these people money.
Yeah.
Most of these delegates, you know, situation is bad. So when you go, big man appear, we're just paying. As me, I was paying something like 300. People were paying 2,000, 3,000.
Oh, wow. So yours was a joke.
It was because a few people came to knock my door and they said that they feel like what I'm coming to do for them, they can't take money. And they gave me back. So I knew there was something wrong. Because, Charlie, I had some figures. I don't have proof. So I had. But obviously, I lost. According to how people shouted and were so happy to see me, I went everywhere. I went with an entourage. And the hotel bills and things, food, the petrol. We're going like 4 or 5 cars. So imagine.
Wow.
Masa, Miami who a convoy.
So this is just Musica.
Music I can go. In the end, me report. And I'm a boom with you. I feel Marco Danny because I said, "Hey, these people, hey."
So you tell them that Musica will never be well again.
Charlie, it's painful. I'm telling you, what I went through with Musica. I'm laughing now because
You've recovered.
Yeah, you know, but I'm telling you, it was not easy. I lost money I could have used to do something. That I'll be seeing that thing today.
So wait, Musica, does it pay? Do the Uncle Rex, does it pay?
Let me.
It doesn't pay.
Yeah, let me understand.
You see, there is a fundamental problem with the union. First question we must ask ourselves: what is their revenue stream? How does Musica get money? The only revenue stream is supposed to be the dues. And the dues is woefully inadequate. And people don't even pay. So my question is, if Apia will be honest, when he was standing, I went to his studio because he's my accountant. I told him, Apia,
I didn't listen.
don't go and waste money on Musica. Because
Exactly.
Musica, you are going to, even if you become the president, unlike Gamro that you are a board chairman and a working administration is there, Musica, when you become a president, you are more like the chief executive. You have to spend money. If you don't create systems, a lot of musicians, when they get problem, they talk Musica. But ask them, how many of them pay dues? You know, some of them have not even registered. I've seen when Obo was there, you know, Obo's first term, I was his head of finance and admin.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So his first term, I realized that some musicians died, their family came to Musica as if it is Musica's responsibility to take care of them. Meanwhile, they were not even members
of
you see,
Musica.
so I wonder what, as at now, I'm still thinking, what is it at Musica that people will want to go and spend so much money to be elected? I don't know, because I know that genuinely the only revenue stream is supposed to be their dues. And secondly, some of them, when they are traveling, they come for letters or recommendation letters and they pay some peanuts. So I still don't understand why people think they have to spend so much money to become
be a
president.
musical president.
I don't know.
Very interesting. So, I mean, okay. If I'm not mistaken, their core mandate is for the welfare of musicians, right?
It is actually a trade union. Musica is supposed to be part of TUC.
TUC.
It
is the musicians'
Yes, the
union
union
of
union
Ghana.
Yes.
of Ghana. So it is supposed to be a trade union
Yes.
where they negotiate for artist fee, where they negotiate for so many things that involves artists. Only one aspect of Musica is welfare, but their core mandate is a trade union.
Right.
You know, that's what it's supposed to be.
So, if from what you're saying, there's really not much money there, there's no revenue coming in, why are people investing so much in becoming musical president?
That
I'm
is
the
what
last person. I don't think anybody will invest any money.
people are still doing that.
Really?
in
Why
Why
did
still
you
doing that?
invest? Why did you invest?
You see, the whole thing was the kind of picture I saw, right, and the kind of branding. You know, I decided I would give.
You would give
Musica
them.
was going to make it attractive.
Okay.
For people to join, you know, because I realized that you know there's strength in numbers. So I wanted to try and start from the ground low. These young guys, if you join with this package, we can get you a producer, you know, to also produce you if you pay your dues to this point, blah blah blah, so that the people who don't have the capital intensivity to enter a studio and pay will get to work with big artists because they pay their dues. I had a lot of
You
plans.
had those plans.
And you know, at the end of the day, you know, I realized that and people were interested. That's what brought the interest. But the delegates that can vote, they don't have that kind of interest. This was the youth and blah 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 blah. Those people are in some villages and things, 10 from here, you know, that kind of thing. And they don't have any interest in that kind of thing. So they said, "Oh, come and save them." But as Rex said, they were looking for some kind of money. That's how I would say it.
You know, a lot of the
And-
musicians think that when they vote you to become the president of music, because they have association with you, most artists are looking for producers. They are looking for.
You are going to
opportunities.
help them.
Exactly.
But
Yes,
it's
Musica
the
as a-
same
yes.
with even in mainstream,
Mainstream,
politics.
Yes. You know, so this.
So long as they vote you
They know
into
that you have
power,
to
this Ghanaian mindset of because I've elected you, you have to give me money.
that-
This thing is even with Gamro. It's all over the place. So the thing is, Musica under normal circumstance must have a working administration so that the president or the executives are not part of the day-to-day running
of the
and they have to find creative ways of raising funding
Yeah.
from various
Never happens.
whatever, and then to be able to also create some content. For example, when Obuo was there was this annual grand ball and all those things. It was all targeted to raise funds to help the organization. But you see, this thing I want to say, I don't want people to get me wrong.
They knows it.
You know, so the thing is, the fact that you are an artist does not necessarily. Sometimes people think they are artists, they are popular, so it presupposes that they know anything about administration or they are entrepreneurial or something. It doesn't work that way. You need people who have entrepreneurial skills, who
Correct.
have administrative
Professional,
skills, professional,
professionals,
whatever,
yes.
to be able to help. Me, I am just lucky that I am an entrepreneur, so I understand financing.
Right.
I understand corporate governance. I understand how corporate systems work. And even so, we have detached the board completely from the day-to-day running. In that scenario, it shields the board and allow the administration to
to
work.
do its work.
Even
Okay.
Gamro that has a regular source of income, that's the 30% comes from the collections, it is not very easy.
Easy, of course.
So to compare Musica that is a trade union that has no revenue
stream.
it is a difficult situation.
Okay.
George,
Yes, Uncle Ken.
my take on music.
Oh, okay, yeah, quickly.
I haven't said anything about music.
Yes, true.
Just like Rex's organization, Gamro,
Yeah.
I heard the Musica acting president, which is Bessa.
Best silence.
And I'm surprised he's not here because I was told he was
Yes,
going to
he
be
was
here.
supposed to be here, but
He
I
was
think
supposed
something
to be
held him.
here. You know,
I wanna believe
don't know
something
why
held him.
Bessa is not
Yeah.
here. But I wanted to know the status of the organization as we speak today. Because, like I told you, the producer told me we're looking at all these organizations because most of them had issues last year. I found out that, and I heard the acting president, which is Besa, saying that everything about Musica has been sorted, and that Musica were just waiting for their election committee to set a date for their elections. They've even been to see the electoral commission, paid them whatever fees they need to pay them for them to organize the elections, and that they're just waiting for the election committee to set a date for the elections. When I heard this last week on a program, on a different program, Besa saying this, I said, oh, hooray, at least we're getting somewhere. Gamro has been sorted, Musica is coming, Copy Ghana might follow, ASOG might follow, you know, so that all these organizations get to work and do what they're supposed to do. But then I just heard today, after making a few calls, that that's not the actual situation, even with Musica. And that there are court cases still hanging on the neck.
On their necks.
And there's even a contempt case against the acting president and some other members. Yes. So I was worried when I got this information today. I said to myself, geez, when are we ever going to sort these problems out?
But on the real, the court case is about what? The Rasta taking them to court.
No. Rasta.
I think that one is done.
As for Ras took his matters out of court for ADM settlements. Okay. But apparently, the then secretary, who was also vying to be president, the lady,
yes.
What's her name?
What's her name?
Deborah.
Yes.
Yeah, Deborah Freeman.
Deborah Freeman has a case in court against Besa and 2 other executive members.
What case?
For forgery of her signature.
Hey.
But this issue came up when we did the debate.
Yes,
You remember?
it came up,
Yeah,
and apparently it's still in court.
Yes, it
I
is.
thought it was Rasta's case still.
No.
And
It came up
apparently
when
it's
we
still in court.
had the debate.
And then there's a second contempt case against Besa for doing things even though the court had asked him
Not to.
not to. So that's why I was hoping I see Besa here
No,
today.
actually, I hear he's under the weather. He did
So
send
that
a
I
message
can
to that
ask
effect
him
that he could not make
about
it.
these issues. Rex, you must know something
I think
about
that-
music.
I think that the solution in going forward for all these various organizations in the creative space must have some kind of a supervision from the designated ministry. In most cases, what has happened is when the politicians come, i.e. the Ministry of Creative Arts and Culture and whatever, they are more interested in the tourism
Of course.
and the creative economy because of the fact that there's too much of brouhaha and whatever. The politicians try to avoid it because it's too much noise and that. So, but you
Our
need,
problems are plenty.
you know, see,
But George, didn't you know some of the issues I've just raised?
Oh,
you
definitely,
know,
I
you
did.
need,
Yeah, I did.
You need a strong minister who understand how these various organizations.
Isn't that what Okroku
Let me
Mate
finish.
is there?
Hold on.
Finish, please.
Let him learn. Yeah.
Who understand how these organizations and their roles, the role that they're supposed to play, works, and then stamp his authority to make sure that they do what they are supposed to do. Otherwise, when you leave it in the hands of only the musicians, things will always go this
fall
way.
apart.
And then see, this is the only way you can bring them from the informal sector to try to formalize it, because otherwise these problems, and it makes it difficult for even the state to help, because what are your issues? What do you are always in court. Some of the things that they are in court with are flimsy.
Yeah.
You sometimes they're personal. It has nothing to do with the development of the industry or anything. So these are the issues that needs to be looked at, because I don't understand why Musica is in court for what. You don't have money.
Take him to court for forging your signature. Not Musica.
But he's
But-
the
Yeah,
acting
but-
president.
but-
of
yo, it
no.
doesn't-
But the
and
case in
what
point.
they did was in
And
the
then-
name of
Musica. The case in point
okay.
concerns
Oh, yes.
Musica. Gentlemen, we're going to take our last break. When we come back from this break, Ghana is going to the IMF. What does it mean for the creative industry? Yes, and your messages are also welcome on 055-1111-997. Showbiz A to Z. Check with your time. It's 25 after 5. We'll be back.
Okay, if I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on time to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Eesh, I must move that money into my savings account as well, pay my old school union dues and my DSTV subscription. I promised I'll pick up some ice cream for Araba's birthday party.
We know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with Absa's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's Absa.
For so long,
if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change.
Winning strategies, nuggets of wisdom, unforgettable stories, all in one inspirational hour. Springboard your virtual university with Albert and Comfort Okran and guests.
Planning is bringing the future into the present.
A job is for the salaries, mundane, survival oriented, and there's no passion. But a career has fulfillment, innovation, drive. A growth path is clear, and you can build step by step all the way to the top.
Matriculate at 7 p.m. and graduate at 8 p.m. every Sunday on Joy 99.7 FM and live on Facebook. Springboard is brought to you by Legacy and Legacy and Joy 99.7 FM and proudly sponsored by MTN, Enterprise Group, UMB Bank with support from the graphic business.
here's where we turn around.
Buckle up, because we're flying high with the biggest entertainment show south of the Sahara. It's Showbiz A to Z. GQ's in the seat.
Yo, my name is Bulldog.
My name is Miss V.
Captain to the planet, Floki, Stone, Boy Kitty, aka Say You Love. Hi, Kwame Eugene, and you are listening to Showbiz A to Z.
George is on Joy.
Keep it locked.
I love this station.
Keep the frequency clear.
99.7.
George on Joy.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
Mawasem nyamasem na fawakuma mamida fawakuma mamo fawakuma mamo Saizi wakuma mama musumeya wapeza maudeyina Oya no parsem de sodonyiwa ntonya kura Mize nijere kande odonti monsuoshi Owumpa nyubo ntima huofe siabutar Mawasem nyamasem nafa wakuma mamida Fawakuma mamo
Joy 99.7 FM.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
some tunes from the legendary Rexoma. Man! You still tuned into Joy 99.7 FM. It's Showbiz A to Z, proudly brought to you by Ghana's most reliable mobile telecommunications network. That's MTN. What are you doing today? Superstar multi-fruit drink is from Casapreco Company Limited. You gotta love it. Trust me, I've tasted it. George, if the revenue stream no reach, I beg consider M Levy, else I am a fool. Hey, right there, man, for a sense of humor. As a Ghana, we will never fight. We will never, ever, ever fight. Can I get an amen to that? This one simply says good evening. Please, interact with us. Let's hear you. Say something. Don't just text good evening and leave it there. Hi, George. Please stop Rex from making the program a political show. That was a comment people made about the Jubilee House. Every discerning listener understands how the National Cathedral will bring tourists into our country. Ajman Joseph C9. Okay, you've also passed your thoughts. I refuse to be associated with any party from Uncle Rex. His assertion is another reason Ghana is where it is now. The NDC and NPP have been governing Ghana for decades and little has been done to help the nation grow. I'm a citizen of Ghana, not a party sympathizer. Nana Kwesi sent that one in. Okay. You can also send yours in. It's on 055 1111997. So we heard yesterday when the Information Ministry issued a communique that suggested Ghana is going to be heading out to the IMF. My brother Sadiq has penned down a very, very, very long post on Facebook. Talking plenty. I don't even know why he's not here today. Where is Sadiq? Please call Sadiq for me. Call him for me. And shouts to you, Kwame Ajimambeko, aka Kwame Rasta. Get well quickly, we miss you. And happy birthday going out to Priscilla Osu of Dodowa. God bless you and your new age. It's coming in from Picos inside Tema. So here's my brother Sadiq on Facebook. Says 2 weeks ago, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Banko Kreku Mante, indicated right on this show that government had revised its earlier promises to establish 10 large seating theatres in Ghana to now establishing amphitheatres across the country. Now that we're going to IMF, and government expenditure will be under serious scrutiny, what does this mean to the tourism and creative sector? Said again, he indicated the Creative Arts Agency work hadn't taken off the ways it was mandated to by law because government didn't really have money. Evidently, this particular government, is yet to deliver on some of its promises. So let me bring it to the studio and then we'll see if we can... Oh, we have Sadiq on the line. Okay, let me go to the phone line quickly and then we'll speak to Sadiq. Alaji.
Yes, George.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Na gegida show wanene wanene show yafta
of all your life in Kotowa, this is the only answer you picked up.
Charlie, my Kotowa boys, they didn't help me. Yeah. They didn't help me at all. But So we heard yesterday that we may be going to the IMF, or should I say we're on our way to the IMF, and we're asking, what does this mean to the creative sector? I would want us to look at this dispassionately, putting all political interest aside. Let us be objective as people, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that it's going to affect. So what does this mean for the creative sector from your perspective?
Well, it means a lot. Obviously, going to the IMF also means that government expenditure will be, will be heavily scrutinized. That obviously will also extend to sectors such as the tourism, culture, and arts industry. Now, if you remember, already the mark when we were on the show 2 weeks ago indicated that they were going to build amphitheaters. And to that question, if you remember, during my banter when I was asking about the timelines and all of those things. Again, one of the things that he indicated that they needed money for was to kickstart the operations of the Creative Art Agency, right? And so obviously, when you look at these things, against the fact that there's been a number of promises that have been made to the sector which is yet to be delivered on, the question that I was asking, that we're putting out was that if government expenditure is going to be scrutinized, would that obviously affect our industry? Would that affect some of the capital projects government intended to undertake in our industry in terms of the amphitheaters and some of the projects that they've lined up to do? And so obviously, of course, now nobody can say that for sure because we are yet to see government's program that they are going to send to IMF, for instance, and yet to know the sectors, for instance, where they are going to make commitment to make cut on. But definitely, everybody knows that these things may or could have an impact on the industry and some of the projects they intended to undertake in the industry.
Very, very interesting thoughts there. All right, I'll bring the conversation to the studio and then we'll also add our thoughts and then we'll see. But we hope to see you next week.
Yes, I'll be in the studio.
All right, regards to Ajia Power and the rest of the family.
All right, cool.
I'm still waiting for my jalabia. Just take one long one and cut it into two. That's all. Don't be silly. Have a nice evening. That's my brother Sadiq Abdullah Abu. Uncle Ken. Yes. IMF. What does it mean to our industry?
George, an area where I have so much deficit, I do not intend
to even go and play.
To play there.
Totally understandable.
Because I have no idea.
Exactly.
As to what exactly is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I normally do not like sticking my neck out on such issues.
Yeah.
I like to see things get done. And then when there are issues, we can discuss. And as I sit here, I don't even understand the difference between an IMF program and support from IMF. For a homegrown program. Okay. I need people to explain.
You
these
need
things
education on it. Yes, exactly. To see clarity. And trust me, you're not the only one. A lot of creatives will need that kind of education as well to be able to align properly. Abia, are you with Uncle Ken? Or you have an idea what it means for our industry?
Well, if International Monetary Fund is now coming to take over the situation, well, it means that they said I've seen a lot of videos around, and most of the MP people saying any government that goes to IMF has failed, and it's trending. It's bad. If that's where we are going, it means we should not take politicians serious when they talk. Are you getting what I'm saying? We shouldn't. I mean, they all say it because they want the power. After the power is different. I remember some old man was telling me, Nana buy a first need and be a fine. The second term, the fine more be all second term. That's another angle. You see what I'm saying? People have lost trust, and you say one thing, you do the other. So it's difficult. I mean, let's stop politics, but if IMF is coming, everything is going to be scrutinized because they want to make sure that whatever money being given to you, is being used for what you said it has to be used for, or what has been agreed to be used for. And like Greg said, we have always been sidelined, or we are the last thing they think of, before they even say go.
This industry.
Creative industry there. And that mentality, it has to stop, because there's not a thing here in Ghana that happens without music. Is it the Independence Day or what? Every event has music in it, from wedding to naming ceremony to every event that happens in Ghana. They use music. It's an integral part of our society, and I don't understand why they silence us and put us aside. It's a multi-million-dollar company. like how do you call it, industry, multi-million-dollar industry. Imagine how much one musician, the job he gives to a lot of DJs, a lot of music presenters, radio DJs, spinners. You understand what I'm saying? All of them make ends meet because they go to people's event to go and play music and they get paid. Music they did not do. So you can see the kind of job they are doing. I think putting us aside, that thing is very bad. It has to stop.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what IMF, like Uncle said, I don't know what IMF is coming to do. Usually they say IMF. I don't see the difference between IMF and what the government itself is doing.
Alex, what does it mean for the creatives, for us in our space? And you would notice I am not talking tourism. I'm focusing on creative.
You don't care about them.
Oh, not that I don't, but I have reasons, and maybe I'll come to that as we go along.
In every economy, when things get tough, the first casualty is the creative economy.
Yeah.
Why? Because when somebody doesn't have money to pay for his rent, he will not go and buy a ticket to go and watch a show. If he has not food on the table for his children or has not paid school fees, he cannot spend money to go and watch a concert or go and chill or watch a movie. So in us going to IMF, it all depends on the government's program and the priority he puts on the creative economy. If in the government's own agenda, he puts the creative economy as one of the important industry that needs to be supported to create jobs, then they will make it part of the program they will send to for the IMF to support. But from my experience, and then since Nanado came to power, most of the promises is given to the creative economy and how they've disappointed the creative economy. I find it difficult to believe that they will make it part of their program. So obviously our industry is going to be suffered because going to IMF means that you have financial difficulties. That's why you're going there, to be supported. And we are living in a country where to balance our budget has become a problem. If we are not very careful, to even pay public service salaries are becoming difficulty, and these are the priorities they will be thinking of. So I doubt that they will put any priority on the creative economy. So it's going to affect us.
George.
Yes, Uncle Ken.
When you spoke to Sadiq, or Sadiq's post, he actually centered on the amphitheaters that the deputy minister spoke of when he was here about 3 weeks ago, and was wondering whether the amphitheaters can be, established because of this potential IMF intervention, one way or the other.
Continue.
I think that where the amphitheaters are concerned, it is going to be a revenue generating venture. So it is not going to be something that will eat more into our revenues, but rather generate revenue. So it is something that I think the IMF might see and say, oh yeah, this is feasible. If you're going to do this for the different regions and it's going to make money, then that's fine. That's what I think. Any revenue generating venture might be seen by the IMF as something good for the country.
And don't
you think so?
Yeah, you do have a point. When I read Sadiq's post, for me, I thought it was neither here nor there. Because again, and in agreeing with what you've said, I think if I am IMF and somebody has come, and the IMF gives a number of credit facilities. They only give loans to governments, not even to individuals. There's the standby arrangement. There's extended fund facility. There's standby credit facility. There's an extended credit facility, and all those ones. Rapid financing instrument, and a few others. we all don't know, or let me say, I do not know which one Ghana may go for. But one thing which is for sure is that every facility they give you comes with stringent measures not meant to collapse your economy, but to help you go through some sort of recovery. And some of these measures are given up front before you even get the fund. Now, in agreeing with what Uncle Ken said, if there is something that is going to be beneficial to an industry, and it is going to even help in some of these methods, some of these recoveries that they intend to help us go through, I don't see why they would shut it down.
That is why I said, if you heard me, I said it would depend on the government's program.
That's exactly.
Right. If
the
you
one that
prioritize the creative economy,
yes,
and you think that it is a priority to create jobs, and you make it part of your program, that's something else. But I don't believe, according to our experience, I don't believe that the government will add our creative economy as priority. That is what I say.
Yeah.
So if the government wants it as a priority, of course.
Let us see how that will go.
Since time immemorial, when they came into power, they have not shown by action the things they said.
For that one, the state of industry is not a state of a recent government. You understand? And we are hoping on looking,
we are
getting better as we go along. It's getting better. We just pray it gets better.
What have they done? Tell me.
Who done?
The government, this particular government, for the industry, for our industry, creative industry.
Oh.
Tell me 2 things they have done.
Oh, well, I can. There were COVID reliefs was very important. A lot of people. A lot of. You asked for one. I'm giving you one. Why? You said one.
I said.
Did you receive some of the COVID relief fund?
You see, Fifth Amendment.
You see, you are pleading the Fifth Amendment.
But it's okay. Let's move forward. Let us not politicize.
No, it's not. We are not politicizing. Let me explain something to you. This issue about the creative economy. It's not NDC or MPP.
Exactly.
It's the state of Ghana issue. Until the state understands that investing in the creative economy ends up creating jobs for the teeming youth, then it will become a priority.
Yes.
But until they understand and get that, it will be difficult. That is the reason why here I am viewing into politics now. That is the reason why 2020 campaign creative economy was one of the centerpieces of NDC's manifesto. You see, so gradually our political parties are beginning to understand it. So that is why I am saying that if the government of the day sees the creative economy, because the problems we are facing in this country, part is youth unemployment, right?
Yeah.
So if they see it as very important and make it part of their program, of course it will be supported.
All right, gentlemen, we're about to go. Apia, there's a song called "Goodbye" by Ofori Mponsa. Do you know anything about that song?
Yeah, it's one of the new stuffs I've done. That's coming out. Yeah.
It's one of the new songs that you have done.
Yes.
But I thought Ofori Mponsa was doing gospel. And
no, so I did that.
Okay.
My baby friend, Pastor Aliwa, my baby, I asked him. So Dr. Pounds in India.
When our friend Pastor Aliwa.
Some of my friend Pastor Aliwa.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. I've heard it. I think it's a very nice track. Let me give our listeners a little bit before we come back and sign off. Billy will be coming up with flashback. He wasn't here last week. We missed him. But this week he's in the house. We'll see how it goes. Here is Goodbye from Ofori Mponsa, produced by the man Apietus.
Goodbye.
watching you all day away. Tell me you'll be waiting for me.
New one from the stables of Apia2's in the mix. Apia, so how many more new ones are you bringing and when are you releasing them?
But
Well, yeah, time on I mean, you're doing good. You're doing good. There's another one with Kwabena Mafia. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Is it gospel?
Landam,
And your gospel, Anna.
Would they do more better?
It's you, my baby, I decided. It's you, I want you right beside me. Only you, my baby, I decided. Baby, only you, I want you right beside me. Show me love, my everlasting baby. Show me love with my exciting baby. We multiply, we don't know no divide. We multiply, we don't.
Kwabena Mafia, great talent there. Gentlemen, we're about to go. Uncle Ken, we're going. A happy birthday to Barikisu of our HR department. Wishing you God's blessing on your special days, coming from all of us right here. And a belated happy birthday to our boss, sister and friend Adam Naite. God richly bless you. Early in the week, you celebrated your birthday. And another belated birthday to Priscilla Ousu of Dodoa. Yeah, I think I read that one on early on. Uncle Ken, we're going.
I didn't know it was Barikisu's birthday.
Yes, I didn't know either. I just saw it on the console.
One of my sweethearts.
She's a sweet woman.
Happy birthday, Barikisu.
Yeah. In the mix. Yeah, Yapong.
Yeah, okay, Charlie. So, Ghana for me feeling mu power.
Yeah, Uncle Rex.
Yeah, the mechanics. This government gave 21 promises to the creative industry, and they have not delivered 20. So once we are going to IMF, I just hope that they will make the creative industry part of their program so that it can be supported.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you all for being a part of our show today. Of course, the news is going to be coming up.